Hi, this is Sandy from Creative Chaos. This is tag 6 for my April challenge. It is a wipe up tag that has just a sorted, I'm not sure if it's watercolor paint or if it's acrylics, and it's also got some glitter on it. I'm going to do a beachy type theme. So basically just going to alter this tag a little bit, and so let's get on with it. So basically what I'm going to do here, what I'm doing here is I'm just coloring in the bottom to give it a bottom, just sort of draw your eye down there, and also to act as the sand bottom. The colors are a couple of different colors of Copic markers. I'm not really sure what colors they are. It came out a little darker than what I wanted, so I wanted to play with it a little bit more to bring it up more to a little bit lighter. Darker near the bottom and a little bit lighter up near the top. Unfortunately, my Copic markers, I don't use them very much, and they're starting to dry out. I was never a great big fan of them anyway, so I doubt that I will replace them or buy refills, but that's another matter altogether. Yeah, so here I am just coloring in the sand base. I will at some point start adding some color to the you can see here I'm searching to find the end to which marker end goes on the right marker. And apparently that's a difficult task with 3 of them. Not really sure why that is, but apparently it is. Anyway, once I get finished with the sand bottom, then I will be adding some watercolor blues into the water above it to try to get a little more consistency. Looking now, I should have just used acrylic paint. I don't really know what I was thinking, but acrylic or gelatos would have been good as well. I don't really know what I was thinking here. But anyway, here we are. We're going to do some work with these, and the stamp set that I'm using, I've had for quite a while. It is not actually sure who it's by. I think it's Clear Stamps. I bought it when I was in Palm Springs a couple of years ago, and I've never really used it. But I'm going to color up that water a little darker, and then we'll stamp some stuff on there. I was going for an effect that the water got darker as you went down into depth, but I'm not really sure that I was successful in achieving that. But it's good. It is what it is. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of watercolor pencils either, although I have pencils and all kinds of watercolor paints. I just don't seem to have the talent that I need to be able to get a really good result with watercolor paints. Again, I've got cake watercolors that I should have used there, but for some reason I had it in my head that I had to use the pencils. Stubborn, I guess. Anyway, so that's basically what I'm working on, is trying to get that gradient so that the blues are a little more varied and a little deeper in spots. I do have to say, though, I am really enjoying these tags, making these tags. I think basically I've discovered that, which I think I probably said before, I prefer working on a smaller substrate. I don't get so intimidated. So gradually over time, my journal pages and my journals have been getting smaller and smaller. And I originally thought, well, they were going to get, when you worked from a small journal or a small piece of paper or composition, that basically you didn't have a lot of room to put things, but I find that the exact opposite is true, that it's easier, I think, to create a pleasing composition, because you have less space to do it in. Now, you are somewhat limited in the size of the items you use, but at the end of the day, I think I quite enjoy using this smaller substrate, and I think I get my results. I'm finding, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with them. What I'm going here is to try to lighten that area above the water so there's more of a difference, and so that it looks more like sky. And then I can add some other features to it. Now we're going to stamp with this stamp, and I've only used a couple of stamps. I like that lighthouse, but I didn't decide to use that on this, pardon me, on this one today. So that stamp that I'm going to use is Starfish and Shells. I did, subsequent to that, find some other stamps in my stash that would have fit this theme very well, but I'd forgotten I had them, so I used these, which is good. I don't think that you can tell there, because the paper is textured. I didn't get a really, really good impression, but I will doctor that a little later to kind of try to bring it more into focus and make it clearer. Now I'm going to stamp the sun. Not really sure why I had such a hard time making a decision that I would take that off that spot, but apparently I did, so there you have it. One of the things I noticed when I was editing this, as I'm editing this video, is that I am gradually becoming more and more prepared, but there are other things that I could have done to be more prepared. And as you'll notice, or you may not notice, as the video goes on, my workspace gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's basically a challenge for me, because that's frequently what happens, so that I end up working in a little spot about 6 inches square, and it makes it pretty difficult to really spread out and accomplish very much. But I don't know, I just keep doing it, ending up in the same sort of position. My tools and whatnot get sprayed in around me everywhere, and then I have to start digging through things. Funny how that happens. Don't want to commit the cardinal rule here, so just cleaning off my stamp before I put it back in, otherwise the paint will kill it. I mean, these stamps were very inexpensive, so I'm not really all that concerned about the money I spent on them. However, I also don't like to waste, so I want to make sure I get them nice and clean. Okay, so now we got the sun on there. We got the starfish and the shells on the bottom. And now we're going to what are we going to do here? I say, well, I guess we're going to give it another cleaning. Okay. Oh, that's right. These, I couldn't even figure out what the heck I was doing. These are the little seahorses. I couldn't figure out what I was looking for or what I was going to stamp. But these little seahorses are part of the set, and I thought they were really cute. Again, not a great impression, but they'll do. Now I'm just trying to add some texture and some delineation along the top of the horizon line between the water and where the horizon meets. And I think that does help a little. Now I'm just checking to make sure that I have a sentiment that will fit on there, and I do. So we're going to stamp that Sea Breeze, which I thought was quite appropriate. This ink that I'm using is, I believe it's Simon Says Intense Black, and I quite like it, but I'm thinking I probably need a refill, and I'm not sure if I can get a refill from them. I know when I wanted to buy this when I bought this originally, I couldn't find any refill inks to go with it because I would have bought one at the same time, so I might have to just buy a new stamp pad. I'll see how it goes. It's a nice ink though, I like it. Very pleased with it. So this would be me tapping my fingers, trying to decide what else I'm going to do and what order I'm going to do it in. Usually I don't have a plan when I start one of these things. It's just kind of, I kind of have some elements that I want. I know, well, I want to make this look like water, but I'm not really sure what else I'm going to be doing to make that happen. So, I'm usually quite as surprised by the outcome as anybody else is. Here, as you see, I'm just going around the elements for the starfish and the seashells to try to brighten them up a little bit and make them more sharp. That's not what I want. That's not the word I mean, but to make them stand out more. And that's just with that black micron marker. Don't know, one of the really fine tip ones. I'm not sure what size it was. So I don't know where the footage went for my little fish. My little fish came from they're stickers. Where are my fish? I got them. I think I got them at the dollar store. I was there shopping for one of my neighbors' grandchildren, and I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. And I saw these, and I thought they were really cute. And I could kind of see doing a tag or even a journal page or an index card, an iCAD with them. Just really cute and not. You have a term, barfy cute, not sickeningly sweet, but I just thought they were different, and I liked the color and I liked the shine, and so I put in one of the big fish and I believe it's three of the little ones. The little ones are just silvery colored, and now here I'm just kind of trying to make a few areas a little bit darker, a few areas a little bit lighter. You'll see I drew white caps on the water, and now I'm just kind of touching up a few areas that I'm not happy with the coloring on. And I think that's it. I'm going to do a close-up here in a minute, and I hope that you can get a better view. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and come on back and see me again. And please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks. Talk to you again.